Welcome back. Well, today we are joined via Zoom interview by Cottie Petrie-Norris, our assemblywoman here, and she's got some updates for us regarding the coronavirus as well as a variety of other things. Well, thank you, Cottie, for joining us. I really appreciate it. I know you are a busy woman these days, as always.
Well, it is good to see you and be able to catch up, even if it is just virtually.
So let's talk a little bit about sort of what's happening. I mean, the situation in California is sort of ramping up is what we're hearing. And we have been referring our residents to the Orange County Health Info Department, their website. And so they're able to catch up on many of the cases. Maybe you can share with us some of the new numbers from today.
Well, as you know, Lisa, this is an unprecedented crisis. And here in the state of California, we have more than 15,000 confirmed positive cases of COVID-19 and 348 deaths. Here in the county, we have 843 confirmed cases as of yesterday, and sadly, we have had 14 Orange County residents who have lost their life to COVID-19. Mm-hmm. Here locally and all across the state, we are really focused on three absolutely critical priorities. Priority number one is flattening the curve in order to slow the spread of this disease. Priority number two is building surge capacity all across our hospitals and medical systems so that we can take care of people in California and here in our county. And priority three is providing relief for the families, the workers, and the small business owners who have been absolutely devastated by this pandemic.
Right. And one thing that we've been really trying to let everybody know about is, the social distancing, the staying at home. And our residents really are doing a very good job of that. So would you say that across the county and across California, they're doing a pretty good job of that?
Lisa, I would. We have asked 40 million people in the state of California to be part of the solution and to be part of this fight. And people are heeding the call. They are heeding the governor's call to stay home and to save lives. And what we are seeing is that the swift and decisive action that California took under Governor Newsom's leadership is bearing positive results. When you compare where California is with some other states, we are in such a better position. And while the road ahead is very long and we've got a tough fight ahead of us, we are feeling cautiously optimistic about where we are today. And that is all due to the 40 million people in California who are staying home and saving lives.
Excellent, excellent. So you did mention as your item number two, in terms of our resources across California, having enough hospitals. What are some concerns there?
Well, Lisa, I think we've all seen the horrific images and we've read the heartbreaking news stories of patients in other countries and patients even in other states dying in hospital corridors because there just aren't enough hospital beds. And California is moving as swiftly as possible in order to build surge capacity here in our state in order to avert that nightmare. And let me just share kind of the scope and the scale of the challenge that we're up against. So here in California, we have 75,000 hospital beds. Mm-hmm. We anticipate that when the COVID-19 surge hits in approximately 6 weeks, we need an additional 50,000 hospital beds. Mm-hmm. That's an increase of 67% in just 6 weeks. A Herculean effort is underway all across the state in order to meet this challenge and ensure that we've got enough hospitals, we've got enough hospital employees and medical professionals, and that we've got enough personal protective equipment. As some of our viewers may have seen just last week as part of this surge capacity planning and in order to meet this challenge, Governor Newsom announced that we would be reopening the Fairview Developmental Center in Costa Mesa. And the Fairview Developmental Center is going to provide absolutely critical surge capacity here in Orange County, and it is going to save lives.
Okay, and now let me ask you, in terms of, we've seen the Army and a variety of other military operations going on in New York. Is that something that they're going to be looking at here in California?
Well, yes, the governor has already called up the California National Guard, and they have been deployed for humanitarian missions related to COVID-19. They are staffing up food banks and doing other really critical work during this time. And the expectation is that we will be able to draw on some of those members who are medical professionals to provide some of the capacity we need. And again, just last week, Governor Newsom announced the creation of the California Health Corps in order to recruit medical professionals who may be retired, maybe have a license that has expired, maybe they're students who are about to complete their training. And California has said, we need you to be part of this fight. Just last week alone, we had 80,000 people who signed up to be part of the front line in the fight against COVID-19. 80,000 doctors, nurses, phlebotomists, nursing assistants. And it's that kind of news, I have to say, Lisa, that even in the midst of what is a very dark and scary time, when I see that there are so many Californians who are stepping in and stepping up to do everything that they can to help us win this fight, it renews my faith and it gives me hope that we will prevail together.
I didn't know what I didn't know what that health opportunity was. And my brother, who's a dentist, told me that he signed up for it and I didn't know. So I'm glad that you said that, because I had asked him what it was. But dentists can do it too. Any type of licensed professional, correct?
Yes, we need medical professionals all across the state and in so many different areas of expertise.
Okay, well, that's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening right in our backyard here next to Laguna Woods Village. The Ayers Hotel is actually a site now for COVID-19 patients. Can you elaborate on sort of what's happening there?
Well, as many of your viewers were, and as the city council was, I was very surprised by the announcement last week that the county would be utilizing the Ayers Hotel as a site for capacity for helping our homeless residents who either need to be isolated due to COVID-19 or who may be showing some symptoms of COVID-19 or may indeed even be positive. Mm-hmm. And while I and state leaders and county leaders are all aligned in the fact that we must act quickly to protect our homeless population and to ensure that this thing doesn't spread like wildfire throughout our homeless community, I am urging and will continue to urge our county leadership to identify a more appropriate site to do this for South County. And so conversations, as you probably know, are continuing in this regard, and we'll continue to push for, I think, a more appropriate solution.
Okay, well, good. Well, thank you for your support and information on that. We definitely will keep an eye on that. We had Congresswoman Katie Porter on last week, and she did allude to the CARE Act. So tell me a little bit more about the CARE Act and sort of what does that mean for our senior community?
So as part of the CARES Act, which was a $2 trillion federal response and stimulus package to help the families, the workers and small businesses who are hurting so much from COVID-19, the CARES Act does a number of things. And one of the big pieces of it is direct relief payments to most Americans. So anyone who earns up to $75,000 a year will be entitled to a payment of $1,200 per adult in a household and an additional $500 per child. So that is a payment of $3,400 for a family of four, for example. Right. Or for two adults living together, that would be $2,400. And what's really important about this is you don't need to do anything to apply as long as you have completed either your 2018 taxes, your 2019 taxes, and or you are already a Social Security recipient. You will automatically be receiving this payment from the federal government, either through direct deposit if they have those details, or through a direct check. So there is so much more that we need to do, but this really was a very, very positive step forward.
Okay, and is that supposed to happen? Do we have any time frame yet?
What we've been told by the federal government is that they are moving as swiftly as possible to get those checks and get those payments to Americans and to Californians, and that the initial disbursements will be going out as soon as April 13th.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. So what are some things that we can do beyond maybe the staying at home? What are some of the things that we can do?
Well, for those of us who are in a position to continue to help those in our community, you can do that virtually. There are so many opportunities to be part of this solution. We're in a period right now where so many people are hurting. So many people don't have the money to buy food, to pay their rent. They've lost hours or they've lost employment as a result of this. Mm-hmm. And alongside that, what we've seen is just an unprecedented number of people who call our office each and every day and say, what can I do to help? And so I'll leave viewers with just a couple of suggestions. So just recently, the governor announced his Stay Home, Save Lives, and Connect program. And this is really focused on our seniors. And so if you are in a position where you can help other folks in your community, you can get involved as part of 211. So 211 is a nationwide organization that provides a one-stop shop for folks that have questions and concerns at any time, but particularly right now in the COVID-19 era. This is a one-stop shop for people who have questions about, how do I get my groceries delivered? How can I get my prescriptions delivered? I've lost my job. How do I apply for unemployment? So for viewers listening, if you've got those questions, you can call 211, or you can utilize the governor's senior hotline, which is 833-544-2374. And if you find yourself in a position where you actually have some spare time now that you're at home, you can also sign up to be a 211 volunteer and help others navigate this really difficult time.
So how does the 211 work versus the phone number?
So the phone number was set up in partnership with the AARP and a couple of other organizations in order to broaden the capacity of 211. Okay. But you can call either of those numbers and you can get help.
And that could be either through a landline or a cell phone, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, good. And then how do people get a hold of you if they want to express their concerns throughout anything that you've mentioned here, or their concerns about the Ayers Hotel? What contact information would you like them to use?
My office is here to help. Like you, Lisa, and like so many folks all across the state and the country, we have gone virtual, but our offices are very much open and we are here to help. Our number is 949-251-0074. And if you've got questions about how to receive your payment from the federal government, if you've got questions about how to file for unemployment, if you are a senior and you're having trouble getting access to your prescriptions or need help with grocery delivery, please call my office and we will help.
Okay, perfect. And then, of course, it's always very easy to find you on the internet because of your unique name. So we could just type in Cottie, and I would imagine it would bring us straight to the website to get in touch with you, correct?
Exactly. To find me, to find my office, just go to Google and Google Cottie, Cottie.
All right, perfect. Well, I really do appreciate you taking the time to meet with us. A lot going on right now, and the more often that you can fill us in, the better. So again, thank you.
Well, thank you for everything you're doing to keep our community updated in this absolutely challenging time. And before we go, I would also like to say a huge thank you to every one of our medical professionals and our first responders who are on the front lines each and every day, keeping our community safe and keeping us all healthy. And I'd like to say another huge thank you to all of your viewers and to the 40 million people across the state of California who are part of this solution, who are part of this fight. Together, we will overcome this. Together we will win. Please continue to stay home and save lives.
Very well said. Thank you so much for your time. And maybe we'll be able to connect with you again next week.
That would be great. Look forward to it.
All right. Thank you. And we'll be right back after this.